But the fun thing about Deepavali is that it's not just one festival, it has so many festivals. And so that's where I thought today I will tell you some small stories about some of the festivals of Deepavali. Some of them you may already know, some of them may be new to you, but just listen. The festival starts with Dhanteras. Dhanteras. What could be the story behind this? A day of cleaning, a day of setting right your house, a day of prayers. There's one story which says that this is a day of prayer to Dhanvantri. You know who's Dhanvantri? Dhanvantri is the doctor of the gods. So it's a day we pray for good health, but also it happens to be the birthday of a god which we all want very, very, very much, which we really can't live without, which we need every day, which we need to have this computer, which we need to have the books, which we need to have the toys, which we need to have the fun. It is the birthday of Goddess Lakshmi. Now, it was on that day, many of you may know the story, when there was a huge tug of war between the Asuras and Devas. Not really a tug of war, they were standing on either side of the mountain, trying to churn the mountain in the ocean of milk. They were trying to get Amrit. They were trying to get Amrita to save themselves so that they will never die. But much before Amrita came out, a lot of very, very interesting things came. One was Dhanvantri, the doctor of the gods, and the other was Goddess Lakshmi. So today, or the day of Dhanteras, is the birthday of Goddess Lakshmi, whom we really love, and of course we always want. But in addition to that, there is another interesting story. It seems there was a young prince born to the king called Hima. Now this prince, the astrologers had told this prince that he would die when just 4 days after his marriage. Well, a girl did fall in love with this prince and marry the prince. But 4 days after they got married, Yama, the god of death, was waiting for him. Now the princess decided that she would not give up. So you know what she did? She lit up the entire house with lights everywhere. Lamps, lights, here, there. It looked as bright as day. Night did not come. And then that was not enough. She got out all the jewelry, all the gold, everything that was in the palace. She got out all the jewelry, everything in the palace and put it like a mountain in front of her. When Yama came slithering like a snake, he looked at this. What is this? His eyes, he couldn't see because it was so bright. And when the princess realized that Yama was coming, she started telling beautiful stories and singing songs, and she told the prince, do not sleep today because Yama is waiting for the time when you're going to sleep. And because of her beautiful stories and beautiful songs, Yama lost himself, just as I hope all of you are lost listening to my stories. And he spent the whole night listening. And when it was time, when it was daybreak, when the sun came up, Yama realized that he hadn't taken away the prince, and he went back. And that day is celebrated as Dhanteras. Now let us move on to the next day of Deepavali or Naraka Chaturdashi. Now this story is, I know, a very popular story, so I am sure many of you know about it. It is that beautiful day when the Rakshasa or the Asura, Narakasura, was defeated. He was killed by none other than his own mother, Bhumi Devi, in the form of Satyabhama. Now, before he died, he said, please grant me a boon that today, everyone in the world will celebrate. Everyone in the world will celebrate, and this festival should have my name. And so, Krishna granted him the boon, and so we don't call it as Krishna's victory, we don't call it as Satyabhama Jayanti, but we call it as Naraka Chaturdashi. Just to make Narakasura happy, that of course, what we do is have a lot of fun, set off lot of crackers to frighten away everyone. Everything. We light lights everywhere. But that is not the only story, because there is another story, and that is Deepavali is the day Rama and Sita and Lakshmana returned from Lanka. He came back to Ayodhya, and that was the day Rama was crowned the prince of Ayodhya. So it's a beautiful day. What a beautiful day it was. Everyone was so happy, and they say to make sure that we still remember that happiness, we light lamps, we burst crackers, we eat sweets, just as that day. In fact, in the hills of Gadwal, there is a tribe of people who celebrate Deepavali 1 month later. You may ask, why do they celebrate Deepavali 1 month later? Well, it seems the hills are hard to climb. They are so far away. So they did not get the news of Rama's coronation till 1 month after Deepavali. And as soon as they got the news of Rama's coronation, they said, yes, we too still celebrate. But then celebration was over in the rest of the country. What do we do? Well, no problem, no problem. Let us celebrate today. And that is what they do in the hills of Gadwal. And so let us quickly move on from Naraka Chaturdashi to the next day of Bali Padyami. Now, King Bali, who, as you all know, this is again a very popular story, had all the 3 worlds under his control. And so, what was there under his control? Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. Everything, all wealth, all money, everything was with him. Now, Lakshmi had to be released. So, Vishnu went in the form of a dwarf, Vamana. He went to Bali and asked him for 3 simple boons. 1 simple boon rather, 3 steps. Just the land equal to 3 steps. 1 step covered the earth, 1 step covered the skies and the Patala, the underworld, and the 3rd step was on Bali's head. Now, Bali was of course very contrite, and he was a great king. And so Vishnu said, this is great. So I really appreciate you. So to make sure that the world always remembers you, let everyone celebrate Bali Padyami, which is the next day of Deepavali, or Bali Padyami. And of course, the last day of Deepavali is Bhai Dooj in many parts of India, where it is said that that is the day Lord Yama visited his dear sister Yamuna. Yamuna, the river? Did you know that Yama and Yamuna were sisters? I mean, they're brothers and sisters. They were both the children of the sun god. Their mother left them when they were very young in the care of their stepmother, Chaya. Now, Chaya didn't care about the children. So the brother and sister, they loved each other a lot. They were always together. They took care of each other. And of course, Yama, becoming Yama, was very busy. Always work. Something had to be done. Some person was dying somewhere, some person birth, life, so many things he had to take care of, and he was so busy. And Yamuna was waiting for her brother. When will my brother come? When will my brother come? And then it was the day after Bali Padyami that Yama remembered, oh no, what have I done? I haven't visited my sister in such a long time. And so he decided to visit Yamuna, and that day is celebrated as Bhai Dooj, where brothers and sisters show their love for each other. So much celebration. No wonder we all have an indigestion after Deepavali, and of course lots of great memories in our heart. So I really hope that this Deepavali will be as fun, as fantastic, as great as every other Deepavali you have had in your life and you will have in the future. And one interesting thing about Deepavali is, of course, the beautiful rangolis that we paint. Now, Anaka auntie wants to talk to you something about these rangolis.
What I'm gonna do now is I want you all to take a sheet of paper, a pen or a marker. Can I see everybody with a sheet of paper, pen or a marker? Make 5 dots. I'll show you how. Can you see these 5 dots?
Yeah.
So I want you to make 5 dots like this in a straight line, equally spaced. Draw that one particular line. What I want you to do is, I want you to repeat it for 4 more times. So you will have, can you see it? Yeah. So you will have a square like thing like this. What I want you to do is, you have the middle dot in the second row, right? The middle dot in the second row. Yes, so from there, you're gonna make a diamond. You're gonna join these dots like this. Can you see? Yes. So you're gonna join those dots to make a diamond.
Yeah, Aruna is showing.
Yes, correct. I didn't get a marker, but so I'm just
No,
drawing
Arsh is showing.
that way. See, you have to make a diamond. Can you see rhombus in your language? Yes. So now you have the remaining dots, right? So we're going to take this square. Can you see there are 4 dots here? One of the corners has 4 dots. So in that 4 dots, just make a triangle. Just make a triangle.
Only one corner.
No, all the corners. I'm just showing them in one corner.
Okay.
So in all the, yes,
Yes,
correct.
yes. Yeah.
So you're going to make triangles in all the corners.
One more, 2 more. Yeah, correct. Arsh.
Yes, correct. See?
2 more.
Done? Yes, very good. So you have one dot which is remaining on top of that triangle, right? Yes. So there what you're going to do, you're going to do you're just going to do a semicircle like this. Not like that. See how I have drawn? Don't
Inside.
join it to the ends. Don't join it to the ends.
Inside.
Aha, so we have to make it look like a lamp?
Yes. So you have to make it look like a lamp. Can you see it? Yes, correct.
Good.
Very
Arsh,
good.
correct.
But are our lamps lit or not lit? So it is Deepavali, it is lit. So how will you show me that the lamps are lit? You have to light the lamps and show me.
How can you do that on paper?
How will
Aruna
you
is
show that
showing
the lamps are lit?
something. Aruna is showing something.
Closer.
Closer to the camera, Aruna.
Don't burn the paper. You shouldn't burn the paper. So it should look like it is burning. How will you do it? Yeah, see? There, Aruna.
The little ones.
See, can you see?